Good morning, good day to you. How are you? I hope this finds you well. It is Friday. And on Fridays, what we do is I go through helpful hints, tips, and operations that I use to make my self-storage facility better and ultimately make me and you more money. And so today we are talking about something that is the unglamorous, unsexy side of self-storage, but is guaranteed to put money in your pocket. And that, my friend, is what it's all about. Now, as you may know, I am in a private mastermind, and I also have a one-on-one with Dan Bradbury every quarter, private mastermind, and then I pay the extra to have a one-on-one with Dan Bradbury to talk about business and da-da-da. And the reason I chose Dan Bradbury is he's good at the things that I'm not good at. So in terms of finance, I wasn't good at finance. I just thought, you know what? Let the accountant worry about the accounts and I'll do all the rest. I'll bring in the money. I'll make sure that we're busy. We're getting the reservations and marketing's done. But I knew that if I want a better business, then I need to be a better business owner. Oh, listen to that again. If you want a better business, you have to be a better business owner. And I know if you're watching this, I realize I'm pointing the pen at you like, yeah. And so for me, I knew that side of it made me feel uncomfortable. And if I'm honest, 3 years ago, when I had a meeting for the end of year's accounts with my accountant, I sat there and I went, yeah, and I didn't understand anything. I just nodded in the right place and said yes and no. I never understood the balance sheet. I never understood the profit and loss. I never understood cash flow forecasts. And that was only 3 years ago. I understood the cash flow forecast, but I wasn't very good. I went on a day training a few years back, and I'll be honest, I was out my depth. And it was Dan Bradbury Day Training, Skills Day it's called. And I realized that, do you know what? That being out my depth, feeling uncomfortable is my way of telling me that I had to be better in that department. And so therefore, I signed up to Dan Bradbury's mastermind, and every single quarter, I've got to present my management accounts, cash flow forecast, profit and loss. I've got everything, like a full year's accounts, but even worse than the year's accounts. And most people listening to this going, what? That's horrible. That sounds horrendous. It is, but it's also good. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. And the better you get at it, the more you enjoy it. And now it's got to the point where I love it. And this is where this tip, this exercise, it sounds basic, but most people overlook this. And John McGlynn, when I had John McGlynn on the podcast, very, very successful guy. And I said, have you got one tip? What one tip have you got? And he goes, what's your cash? What's your cash? All the time. Eye on the bank account, eye on your cash. And I was like, oh, man, so basic, but so brilliant. And that's from a man who has plowed more than £50 million in self-storage, and he's watching his cash. So if he's watching his cash, you bet your bottom dollar that you and I should be watching our cash. So what I want you to do, and what I do every single month now, I wasn't good at it before, but boy, is it saving me hundreds and thousands of pounds each and every single month. I want you to go through every single line of your bank statement, of your spreadsheet, however you do it. We put all ours on a spreadsheet. It's also on a bit of software as well. We have my virtual assistant put it on an actual spreadsheet just so we've got that just in case anything goes wrong. But we also have it on the softwares as well. Whichever software we use, I have no idea, to be honest. I do, but I can't remember the name. Anyway, that's not important. And I want you to go through every single expense and make a habit of this every single month. And when I first got told to do this, I was like, yeah, what's the point? I don't want to do that. I'm wasting my time. But you're not wasting your time, because that manufactures other things in your business as well. The more you look at stuff, the more you understand your business, the more grasp you get, you understand, you really do have a better understanding, a better viewpoint of your business when you know every single line of the expenses. I was going to say I can tell you every single line, but I can't off the top of my head, obviously. But I want to go through every single line of my expenses every single month, and I want to ask the question, do I really need this? Is it serving a purpose? Do I really need it, and is it serving a purpose? If it isn't, we have to cut it. I've been members of loads of different, they're not masterminds as such, they're more memberships. And I've asked myself, do I really need this? Like James Franco, I absolutely love the guy. But was I using it? No, it's just because he helped me so much in the past that I felt guilty if I cancelled. But it was 130 quid a month. Cancel it. And I feel like that COVID has really stepped up this game. And I think we're all a lot better. But so many business owners that I talk to, a lot of my friends are business owners, and a lot of people, a lot of different self-storage owners, we do not, because it's fairly predictable, the money we get, which means self-storage owners. We don't tend to look at line by line, expense, expense, expense. I'm sure the big boys do, so we need to as well. And I promise you, if every single month you look at line by line, if you don't save some money, then, well, I don't know, I was going to say I'll give you some money, but I clearly won't. So that's my task. That is what I ask in every single business owner out there to do. And if you're a manager as well, I mean, step forward. I mean, use some initiative. That'd be absolutely fantastic if Angelo or James did that and just said to me, "Hey, Dean, guess what? I've seen this expense here. Do we really need it?" And I'd be like, "Oh, wow, brilliant." I mean, it's my wife who normally does it to me at home. I mean, every single day I get a text, "Do we really need this?" I'm like, yes, we do need that, Claire. But in business, I am on it all the time, making sure that every expense is something that we really need and it serves a purpose. So a lot of you will be thinking, I already do that. Oh, that's so basic. I promise some of the most basic fundamental things in business are often overlooked. And these sort of things can save you thousands of pounds a year. And it certainly saved me, especially during COVID as well, because you ask the deeper question, don't you? Do I really need it? Does it serve a purpose? And why? And then why? And why? And why? And you ask why so many times, and eventually you get to the answer. And ultimately, it's something you can delete. So I really recommend that everybody out there, if you own a business, look at every single line of your expense and ask yourself, do you really need it? And does it serve a purpose? And I promise that if you keep doing that, you will be a more streamlined business, and you will understand your business more. You will know what position your business is in. It's a great feeling when you understand your business and you know your business, you know the expenses, and you feel like you've got a hold on it. You feel like you've got a grasp on it. You don't feel like it's getting away from you, running away from you. And that, my friends, is a fantastic gift. Anyway, I've spent 7 minutes talking about something very, very simple, but I'm very, very passionate about it because it was something that I overlooked and I wasn't good at. And it was only 3 years ago. And it was only when I lost a restaurant, I realized, I have to be if I want a better business, I've got to be a better business owner. And so hopefully I'm on the way to being a better business owner. And guess what? I'll keep improving and I'll be better next year than I am this year and the year after. Right. Hope you found this helpful, interesting. And I'm sure there's some of you thinking, well, I already do it. Well, do you know what? It's brilliant. Because it's something that so many people overlook. All right, my friends, have a wonderful, wonderful day and weekend. And we'll catch you again Monday when I tell you all my weekly figures. All right, dudes, dudettes, have a wonderful day and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.